Yo. Like I'm doing what everybody else is doing, man. I'm driving and I wanted to talk about the film Black Panther, man, and how, you know, it made me feel liberated, you know, to see on the big screen how we could you know, not only have a carbonated hero, meaning what people would call a black hero. I use the word carbonated. I don't like to use the whole black and white and the color thingamajig. But y'all, you know, I'll use black since I know you guys know what I mean. But if I say carbonated, just know that I'm talking about black. But anyway, it was good to, you know, I was relieved to see a hero that represented us with so much class. And when I say so much class, I think they all did a wonderful, a magnificent, a excellent job in representing us as a people. You know, I'm tired of seeing the slave films, the urban films where we shooting and robbing. Here's a film where the even the villain have class. And when I say have class, to me, it doesn't justify wrongdoing, but I can relate and it resonates with me well, considering his situation, you know, with his father, you know, with feeling and being an outcast. And not only that, I think he had a legitimate reason to act the way he did, you know, and again, you know, the whole ancestor worship, you know, more so than, you know, having to look at this European guy with blonde hair and say, hey, look, here's the father and it's the only way to the father. I mean, it still doesn't make sense. I think as tribal people, we need to be shown. And I think they did an excellent job in representing that. And also, like I say, even for the females, you know, being natural, the humor that the movie have and consists of, you know, it wasn't too radical, you know. What I mean by too radical, meaning who we know as the colonizer, or as they would say, the colonizer or the oppressor, you know, history tell us that, you know. So with that being said, you know, again, I think they all did a magnificent job in representing us with class. And like I say, it would have been nice, you know, growing up to see just that as a child. You know, I mean, I grew up, you know, with a house full of females. You know, I got more sisters than brothers. And with that being said, I mean, you know, they always play with white dolls. You know, that, I mean, it's psychology. I mean, even if you don't see it, it's psychology. I mean, even when you look at our women and how they're being represented now, I mean, a lot of them are going to buy giraffe eyelashes. I call them giraffe eyelashes because that's how I look. It's like you was born with your own eyelashes, you know, and it's like, where did we get this mess from? I mean, again, you know, you got people wanting to look like us and steal our image right up under our nose. And here it is, you guys, you know, falling for the okie doke. I mean, again, I'm not saying, I mean, I know you guys are going to wear weave or whatnot, and you can have long hair and still wear weave, and I get it, you know, but at the end of the day, when you have youngsters growing up looking up to you, you know, I mean, you send out the wrong message, and like I say, I'm not perfect, and I want to be clear, I'm not excluding myself with, I mean, I engaged in entertainment, you know, so a lot of what I talked about, were they things that went on in the community? Yeah, they were. And, you know, I speak the language. You know, I don't address women as bitches. I still don't to this day. I mean, you know, if you give me a reason, and you know, and I'm upset, and out of frustration, I use the word bitch. And that's very, very rare. I'm talking about in my Sike Dolo history, it's very rare. So I tried to cover a lot of, you know, what went on in the community, because that's where, you know, I get it from. But back to what I was saying, you know, with the, you know, the role that a lot of our women play, you know, with the nails from Korean and the hair by Europeans, you know, the youngsters grow up and they see that, you know, and naturally, you know, our women, you know, meaning the carbonated being, they have natural beauty. So why is it they posing as the oppressor, meaning the straightening up the hair? We're the only people in the world who have a tight coil. You know, the person who they call Jesus, you know, it was known and told that he had a tight coil, meaning hair like wool. If you look at hair like wool, it don't say no silky curl. It's a tight coil. And if you were to look at my hair, it's even on my face, it's a tight coil. You know, so again, that's a whole nother story right there. I mean, that's a whole nother story. So I don't even want to get into that. But like I say again, that Black Panther film, they did an excellent job. I mean, with so much class. I mean, this was depicted to be a third world country, you know, that have all of these natural resources. Therefore, it makes them the richest country, you know. And let's be truthful. Africa's the last wild continent of the 7 on Earth. Okay, so if you're a historian, or you like history, or you're a person, you know, that have class, you're gonna love the film. You know, I heard one person walk out the theater and say, "Oh, that was that Marvel film didn't have enough action. I don't like that we fought against each other." Well, that's what we're doing to this day. We're still fighting each other. You know, we are our worst enemy. You know, oftentimes, and like I say, you know, we have to learn and get past that. I mean, even in the film, look at how the lie stemmed. Look how what stemmed from a lie. So from that one lie, they created their own enemy. Okay, the villain was once them. You know, he was a part of them. You know, but again, from a lie being swept up under the rug, created one of the worst enemies they've come to know. You know, so again, like I say, it was an awesome film, a dope film. I can sit here and pick the film apart, you know, all day. But like I said, I just wanted to touch on it. Again, like I say, I felt liberated. I'm glad, you know, we were represented in a better light. And I definitely think it's a film worth supporting. So if you haven't seen the film Black Panther, it's a Marvel. Go and check it out. I mean, again, like I say, take your children or whatnot, and definitely look into buying some stock. You know, a share of stock and invest. That way, you just don't spend your money in vain. You know, we have to learn to invest. Again, you know, we have to educate one another, and we definitely have to be intelligent. So, like I say, again, check out the film if you haven't seen the film. It's dope. I mean, just all around. I mean, everyone in the film deserves an Oscar. I mean, everything was totally legit about that film to me. Okay, that's my opinion. And like I say, for the ones who are convinced, you know, and are a Marvel fan, don't look for something corny or commercial or some unrealistic story. I mean, this is, again, a history. Just as my man said, you know, the villain. I always say the villain because, like I say, I mean, this guy's intelligent. I mean, he was strong. He had a purpose. And he even went out with class. Okay, he even went out with class. I mean, he could have, like he said, hey, look, I don't want to be like, you know, a spoiler, but like he said, yo, you know, I don't want to live in bondage, you know. So again, if that means, you know, resting in peace, you know, he came to grips with everything he sought out, you know, and I thought that was wonderful. It was dope. Okay, so like I say, check the film out, man. Because like I said, if I had to see it, I would be a spoiler. And like I said, again, they represented us well as a people. For the ones who are, you know, the people who are not racist or who think they're not racist, it'll show. It'll come out if you were to go and watch that film and you feel some type of way. You know, I mean, again, a lot of those artifacts were stolen from us, you know. How is it you can go to a British museum, but you found all of these rich African artifacts? It don't belong to you guys, okay? You know, and yes, it was stolen. You know, here it is, you know, this day and age, they go around and, you know, exhibit the King Tut, you know, around the world. That don't belong to Europeans. So why is it they're making money off of something that don't belong to them? That goes to show you how our history has been tainted. We've been robbed of our dignity, our culture, our names been taken. The God that we would originally worship, you know, ancestor worship, you know, in the way we do things, we've been broken as a people. So like I say, I mean, that film touches on a lot, you know. So again, go in with the open mind, you know, check the film out. Like I say, I'm arriving to my destination right now. So, again, I'm going to end the video. Please go and check it out. Like I say, try and purchase some stock and, you know, get your share of stock, you know, whether it's through Disney, however you can or whatnot. But like I say, check the film out, man. Black Panther 2018. It's your boy Sike Dolo, over and out.